Welcome to the chaos sector. We return to the Matrix. Well, it seems the Springfield, Ohio issue is going to be used as a political attack for Democrats. And as we all know, race is involved. The story has been making the rounds in mainstream media, everyone is talking about it, some are making jokes about it, and there are countless sources of damage control. If the claims about Haitian migrants eating pets and birds wasn't insane enough, there's more to this issue. Apparently, there have been bomb threats in the town. Quote, the Springfield Police Division has beefed up its staffing as it deals with threats stemming from unsubstantiated claims about the Haitian migrant community. Wittenberg University, a small private liberal arts college in Springfield, canceled all activities scheduled for Sunday due to a threat the school received, the university said in an alert. The alert on the school's website said extreme precautions were being taken following the threat, which, quote, targeted Haitian members of our community, unquote. The university's police are cooperating with Springfield Police and the FBI to investigate the threat, it said. 2 elementary schools were evacuated, and a middle school was closed on Friday in the wake of a threat sent via email in Springfield, according to the school district and the mayor. The elementary schools released students to their parents, officials said. Unquote. Yeah. Let's break this down, shall we? Now, the article alludes to these bomb threats targeting the Haitian community, but it never actually claims it. So that's the first problem. An email was sent to elementary schools, which were bomb threats. Now, this person can easily be tracked, right? Even if they had encrypted emails, wait. They never stated the email sender had any form of encryptions, so it was a basic email format? Then the email address, which has to be created and used on a device which can be tracked, never brought about a suspect. Listen, as soon as the email was obtained, that person would be tracked within a few hours. So, where's the suspect? Now this, my friends, needs to be fact-checked because it's fake news, a hoax. And we know why this was created, to execute damage control about the real threat of Haitian migrants terrorizing that town by eating fucking pets. I mean, damn, it's already been exposed. Just accept the fact that it's happening. It doesn't mean all of that Haitian population is running around doing it, but it's happening. Democrats quickly countered the claims from Trump and drummed up a fake story of a bomb threat, which alludes to Haitians being the targets. And that is where you get the element of racism. But then again, the culprit would have to be so hateful, they would also blow up non-Haitian residents as well, right? Oh, okay, never mind the non-Haitian children in the elementaries and universities. They're collateral damage in my war against these fucking pet killers. And you tie that to Trump. And guess what? If there is another debate, Harris will have the typical racial angle, where she will claim that it was Trump's rhetoric that caused Haitian migrants to be targeted because they're people of color in a predominantly white town. Oh yeah, it's so easy to break them down. If you think this isn't the angle, well, let's examine another article by NBC News, who may end up being the next debate moderators. I see the plot unfolding. NBC is foaming at the mouth to have the next debate.
NBC News had an article about those claims, where they spoke to one of the residents who apparently kick-started the, quote, false rumors. Quote, it just exploded. Springfield woman claims she never meant to spark false rumors about Haitians. What interesting choice of words, right? Exploded? Then you had bomb threats? I smell a hoax here, but let's break down the article. Quote, the woman behind an early Facebook post, spreading a harmful and baseless claim about Haitian immigrants eating local pets that helped thrust a small Ohio city into the national spotlight, says she had no first-hand knowledge of any such incident and is now filled with regret and fear as a result of the ensuing fallout. Quote, it just exploded into something I didn't mean to happen, Erica Lee, a Springfield resident, told NBC News on Friday. Lee recently posted on Facebook about a neighbor's cat that went missing, adding that the neighbor told Lee she thought the cat was the victim of an attack by her Haitian neighbors. NewsGuard, a media watchdog that monitors for misinformation online, found that Lee had been among the first people to publish a post to social media about the rumors, screenshots of which circulated online. Wait, so NewsGuard is aware of screenshots? So they are aware of the screenshot from a resident showing a male holding a dead bird walking down the street, right? Oh, let me guess, it lacks context. It needs to be explained because it's not what you think. Okay, anywho, the neighbor, Kimberly Newton, said she heard about the attack from a third party, NewsGuard reported. Newton told NewsGuard that Lee's Facebook post misstated her story and that the owner of the missing cat was an acquaintance of a friend, rather than her daughter's friend. Newton could not be reached for comment. Okay, wait, none of this matters. What matters is the claim. Did they find the missing cat? Investigate that. Why don't you? Because if the cat never is found, there is a chance that it's dead. As you know, pets find their way back home. Even if they're far away, they retrace their path back. Instead of dismissing the claim, how about investigating if the cat is still missing? I mean, a resident claimed that someone's cat had gone missing and assumed that the neighbors of that person, which are Haitians, had possibly killed the cat. Investigate it and find out the truth before you dismiss the claim as absurd. But let's continue. Lee said she had no idea the post would become part of a rumor mill that would spiral into the national consciousness. She has since deleted the Facebook post. Yeah, just do what they tell you to do. Delete the evidence before everyone puts all the pieces together. Other posts have also contributed to the false allegations, including a photo of a man holding a dead goose that was taken in Columbus, Ohio, but was spread by some online as evidence of the claims about Springfield. So this is splitting hairs. Does it matter that the incident happened in another city? I mean, isn't that a Haitian migrant holding a dead goose? Isn't this evidence that Haitians are killing and eating birds and even domesticated animals? Oh, fact checkers make sure that a claim is accurate, right? Oh, okay. It's misinformation claiming that Haitian migrants are eating pets in Springfield, Ohio. It doesn't matter that there's evidence that Haitian migrants are eating pets in Columbus, Ohio. No, that's not the same. Priceless at that point. It's not even worth trying to distinguish the difference because the evidence exists. You have not debunked the actual claims of Haitian migrants committing these crimes. Your debunking of it happening in Springfield, Ohio is a bit frivolous in the scope of the claim generally. It's like saying, well, the bank robber didn't get away with $150,000. It was actually $75,000. But did they rob the bank? Them actually being a bank robber is the point, which is the main concern. Tomato here. Okay, I'll try to keep going without stopping. Graphic video of a woman who allegedly killed and tried to eat a cat was also found not to have originated in Springfield, Ohio, but in Canton, Ohio, and does not have any connection to the Haitian community. It's so fragmented, I have to keep stopping to address this crap. The woman in Canton, Ohio, was arrested and charged with animal cruelty, and it is alleged she had killed and eaten a cat. Now, so-called fact-checkers are splitting hairs, claiming she isn't linked to Springfield, and they even claim she isn't Haitian. But if you are claiming she isn't Haitian, then you must know her ethnicity then, right? Is she African American? Is she Dominican? Is she Puerto Rican? Is she Brazilian? Is she mixed with any of these ethnicities? Because we know she is a woman of color, obviously. Yeah, the reason they didn't identify her is because she is Haitian. And that's just more evidence that some of that population is in fact killing animals and eating them. Their attempts at damage control is actually bringing attention to the problem more after Trump addressed it. Let's continue, hopefully. Lee said she pulled her daughter out of school and is now worried about her safety. With so much attention on her family, she is also concerned for the safety of the Haitian community, which she said she did not intend to villainize en masse. Quote, I feel for the Haitian community, she said. If I were in the Haitians' position, I'd be terrified too, worried that somebody's going to come after me because they think I'm hurting something that they love. And that, again, that's not what I was trying to do, unquote. Is this the same person who had the Facebook post specifically alleging that Haitian migrants were eating pets? You went on social media in front of the world, claiming that you believed Haitians, yes, specifically, Haitian migrants were killing and eating animals in the town. Now you're saying, oh, if I were in the Haitians' position, I'd be terrified. Well, how is this possible when you would be the cause of that terror by alleging they were killing and eating? You know what? This is nonsense. She was told to take the post down, they paid her to do so, and then paid her a bit more to give this interview. Local police and city officials have repeatedly said there is no evidence of such crimes in Springfield, but that hasn't stopped the lies from spreading across the country and igniting a national frenzy that landed on the presidential debate stage this week. Former President Donald Trump and his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, who was born less than an hour away from Springfield, have repeated the baseless allegations. Yeah, focus on the political opposition and not the actual evidence of these crimes happening in the state of Ohio. Who cares if there is a slight discrepancy? And I would suggest it is happening in Springfield as well. Perhaps many are too scared to confront or record any of those crimes. Lee said she never imagined her post would become fodder for conspiracy theories and hate. This is pathetic. Where is the hate? Who has publicly displayed hate towards the Haitian community? Because I'm sure there is a post displaying that, right? It would be included in this article and others. It doesn't exist. The so-called hate they are claiming exists is, of course, coming from Trump exposing the truth. Quote, "I'm not racist," she said through heavy emotion, adding that her daughter is half black and she herself is mixed race and a member of the LGBTQ community. Quote, "Everybody seems to be turning into that, and that was not my intent," unquote. Okay, it's fine, I'll keep stopping. It's our job to expose this nonsense. She claims she's not racist, but why is it racist to claim that Haitian migrants are eating pets in your town? There's evidence of it in Columbus, Ohio, and Canton, Ohio. It doesn't make you racist to point that out. Showing concerns for those animals. See, this is to force race into the equation and bring back the racist rhetoric against Trump. Mind you, that hasn't been spewed lately. The left hasn't been calling Trump racist for quite some time, but of course they need it to compete in the election. Okay, the anti-immigrant fervor in Springfield led to school and municipal building closures on Thursday and Friday after city officials received bomb threats. The Haitian American community in Springfield, Ohio, and around the country is feeling targeted and unsafe because dehumanizing, debunked, and racist conspiracies are being advanced at the highest level of American politics and are still being repeated. Vanessa Cardenas, executive director of America's Voice, a nonprofit that advocates for immigration reform, said in an email. The false claims that black immigrants are violently attacking American families by stealing and eating their pets is a powerful and old racist trope that puts a target on people's backs. And it is turbocharged in the era of MAGA, when political violence has become, okay, that's enough of this nonsense. There's a bit more to the article, but that's enough. You have evidence of Haitian immigrants killing and eating animals. A Haitian man in Columbus, Ohio, is spotted walking down the street with a dead goose in his hand, staring at whoever is recording him, as if to say, yeah, I killed this goose, and I'm going to eat it. What are you going to do about it? Also, has the Columbus mayor spoke out about this? What about the Columbus Police Department? What about the local media? Oh, they've been told to hush up. Hopefully that incident, or the imagery, will fade away amidst the gaslighting of racial rhetoric. What about the Haitian woman in Canton, Ohio, arrested and charged with animal cruelty? Based on her charge of animal cruelty, it's obvious she killed the cat and either attempted to eat it or was going to eat it before she was arrested. Now, these are just two examples.
Wait, I was searching for that footage and came across the body cam footage of her arrest. In that video, the officers asked her, did she kill the cat and such, but she never responded to the officers' questions. So they asked neighbors, did they see anything? A woman in the background stated that she saw the suspect hanging around on the sidewalk, and she did kill the cat and was eating it. And for our audience, if you haven't seen that footage, just look at her face. She actually has some of the cat in her mouth. That's probably why she never responded. I mean, you can tell she has something in her mouth, the way her lips are puckered up a bit. So if anyone wanted to actually provide evidence that some Haitian migrants are committing these crimes, you have neighbors in this body cam footage that confirm this is happening. And I mean, let's be honest here. This is not an African-American black woman. It is a black woman. But based on this behavior, we all can suggest that she is a Haitian woman. This behavior is not a part of American culture. Sure, there may be small pockets of it, but that is still linked to foreign cultural practices, not American culture. It's what American culture would consider savage behavior, which it is, considering you're killing and eating domesticated animals. Damn, go grab a burger from McDonald's for fuck's sake. And that's the problem. This is an acquired taste, which is a threat to pet owners,
as Trump alerted Americans about in the debate. It would be different if these Haitian migrants were, quote, savagely killing fish, where they capture the fish and are preparing it out in the open, like on the sidewalks for all the public to see. Most people would say, I think it's a bit offensive at how those migrants are just gutting fish right in front of people, including children in the neighborhoods. That's a problem, but it's not a threat to anyone's domesticated animals. But grabbing ducks and geese out of lakes and ponds, walking down the street with them, and killing and eating domesticated animals is unacceptable, and anyone caught doing that should be arrested and charged with animal cruelty, just like the woman in Canton, Ohio. It's that simple. No need to racialize it, no need to make it political. It's an animal rights issue. Deal with it accordingly. Exactly. It's an animal rights issue. But it is also a civility concern, as cultural practices are posing threats to these communities. It's not racial, but the individuals are Haitians. So when asked who is committing such crimes, well, you do have to identify those people. It's just that the left wants to racialize it, rather than accept that Haitian migrants are responsible. But due to the behavior of these two individuals, who are Haitians, we can come to the logical conclusion that in Springfield, Ohio, some of that Haitian population is committing the same types of criminal activity. It's not racist, it's not false claims, it is happening, there is evidence of it. And this is more about migrants who have been sent to those cities and have brought about savage cultural behavior into the communities. That is a concern, regardless if they're Haitian or not. But see, you have to acknowledge that they're Haitian, because that's a cultural practice of a portion of the population. But it doesn't mean it's racist. If that's the case, all criminal statistics shouldn't have data based on race, right? Just list all crimes and leave the race of the perpetrators out of it. Don't have data of crime by population. Get rid of this type of research and study. But this was based on politics. It happens every election year. If you recall, my colleague in a prior episode stated that Kamala Harris won't have the element of a story or incident that fuels racial rhetoric for the debate, right? Well, here's a segment of that episode.
Now, the moderators will try to help Harris out with the topics of abortion, race in America, topics that hurt Republicans, at least at face value. Well, Trump holds a moderate view on abortion, so that's a 50-50, which is a win for Trump, considering. Then race in America. Harris doesn't have the benefit of major headlines this time around, with a story about a black person shot by the cops, which led to protest across the nation. So racial injustices would have to be siphoned from some other place. And I don't think it's as impactful as an incident that grabbed national headlines as those in the past. Harris can't really gain momentum with the topic of race in America, you see? Especially when residents of Chicago have been critical of Democratic leadership in regards to crime and also illegal immigration. And Trump will hit her hard on crime, which contradicts her so-called image of prosecutor-in-chief. Hasn't been tough at the border whatsoever, has allowed illegal immigrants who are known criminals out into communities across the country, has advocated for bailing rioters and looters out of jail, advocated for defunding the police, basically called the ICE agents white supremacists who fight against illegal immigration, who arrest and deport the very sick individuals who have raped and murdered young women and girls. I mean, what in the world is this person doing, running for president? This is insanity.
Yeah, well, they dug into the mud to generate something. But again, I think that well has dried up for Democrats. There is no more water in it, despite how ramped up the media tries to push it. The black community is not on board with it. They are complaining about the Haitian migrants as well. Heck, even Haitians are complaining about it. If this is the strategy for a potential debate, it's not going to work out for Harris.
Yeah, they're trying to ram that into this election cycle. If I were Trump, I wouldn't debate again. Let Harris and Democrats wait around and become consumed with anxiety. The polls after the debate haven't budged much, and most polls, although we don't give them much merit, have 1 or 2 points in favor of either candidate. That does not bode well for Harris, because if she isn't separating herself from Trump, then it means his message is resonating more. Because you have to remember, he is being depicted as someone who, quote, divides the country. But if the polls are at a dead heap, Americans don't believe that. I'll tell you this. Kamala Harris just had an interview on ABC. Yeah, why not? In that interview, she was asked several times about the economy, what she will do to fix it. And guess what her response was? I was raised in a middle-class family, with construction workers and nurses as neighbors. Translation, I don't have a plan to fix the economic crisis, because I'm not even supposed to be sitting here interviewed about such a question. And how could she have a plan when she is half of the administration that caused the problem? As the saying goes, you don't ask a thief for spare change. Then she was asked how could she sway some of the Trump supporters or those who felt that his policies were better. Again, her response was literally incoherent because she doesn't have anything to bring to the table, let alone for those in the center or even center-right. And I'm going to assume that many people are starting to come to the conclusion that Kamala Harris is actually worse than old Joe when it comes to articulating a message to the American people. At least old Joe has the experience politically, from the economy, foreign policy, and so on. Harris was thrown into this administration without any experience. Allegedly, she wasn't too fond of reviewing memos and briefings, so she didn't take her job seriously. Prancing around during her time as vice president, hiding behind old Joe with that bubbly character, has come back to bite her in the ass. Because you can't attempt to take things seriously now, when you have been partying all throughout college. In conclusion, Trump shouldn't debate again. Let the Haitian eating pets incident linger for a while, and eventually the evidence will overwhelm the so-called fact-checkers. It already has. They are working overtime to keep it under wraps. But photos and videos, even city council meetings, have already revealed the migrant crisis. And how about the New York Post? Look at this header. Quote, Ohio officials reveal why man in viral photo was holding 2 geese, unquote. Get a load of the explanation they gave. Quote, the anonymous man who was snapped carrying the bodies of 2 birds earlier this week was removing them from the street after they were hit by a car, the Ohio Division of Wildlife confirmed to TMZ. There is no evidence he was taking them home to eat or that he is a migrant, the agency said, unquote. Okay, first, did this person release this statement? Because how else could the Ohio Division of Wildlife confirm this claim, unless the man told them that's what happened? Or anyone else? Nobody has confirmed that claim. And then, if you're so-called confirming something with TMZ, you've lost all credibility. You know how we know this is a Haitian migrant who is in fact taking those birds home to eat? Because that's what the hell is happening in that goddamn photo. But seriously, if he was a good Samaritan, then why would he want to remain anonymous? He would be a hero, right? You see this shit? They literally created a story of this guy saving the birds after being hit by a car. Surely he wasn't the only person who saw the birds. What about the person who hit the birds? Wouldn't they come out and say, oh, I'm so sorry I accidentally hit the birds, 2 of them? What are the chances that 2 birds are hit by a car? Why were they not smooching in the lake, which is their natural habitat? Damage. Fucking. Control. He went to the lake, grabbed the birds, snapped their necks, and walked back to his home, and someone saw him and took a picture. It's that simple. Or he could have just grabbed them both while they were still alive and walked back home with them and then snapped their necks. The man is looking directly at whoever is recording. It's an expression of someone prepared to confront someone who is recording them, but also based on the actions here, he doesn't seem concerned about them possibly trying to stop him. He is confident that no one has the courage to prevent all of this. And when you factor in that there are obviously more Haitian migrants doing it, the residents are perhaps in a state of shock. The authorities have already been compromised, just like the mayors of these cities who oversee those police departments. So, free rein to grab birds from lakes for dinner, I guess. There have already been testimonies, including in Springfield from city council meetings, where residents have complained about the Haitian population, from rummaging through trash, planking out in front of people's yards, begging for money, and even using intimidation to get residents to give them money, just playing demolition derby as they frequently are getting into car accidents. And they did in fact mention how animals were being stolen. They have witnessed this in their town, and the mayor and governor are so weak and pathetic instead of just enforcing the law, which would force them to stop doing it, and everything would work out for everyone in town. Now, we're going to deny that it's happening and blame the political opponent for racism against Haitians. Never mind the residents that have to deal with the crisis. We don't care about them. It's about making Trump look racist in the presidential election cycle. Meanwhile, residents are deciding to relocate, and you also have to be alarmed that possibly those crimes may turn into threats to human beings at some point as well. Stop trying to deny the fucking reality of Haitian migrants killing these animals for food. It's happening, and local and state government need to crack down on it, not turn a blind eye to it and claim it's not happening. If you don't do anything about it, well, I think people will start sending their pets to the SPCA, rather have them there than see them being skinned and eaten in the neighborhood. This is the chaos sector.